Ladies and gentlemen, my name is James Scarcebook, otherwise known as the Intrepid Wino. Welcome to Let's Taste. I have two sparkling wines from Deviation Road in the Adelaide Hills. We're in the middle of Spring Racing Carnival. It's bubbly time. Let's taste. I have my glass here. First one is the Loftia Vintage Brut 2013. Deviation Road is actually a winery that I first encountered when I was doing my Masters of Wine business, and like we had to do a large project as far as writing a business plan and doing all the financials behind it. And we that year had to do a winery in the Brut Rosé Valley, but we had to look at some case studies from the previous vintages, from previous years with that other students had done, and they actually had to do the winery Deviation Road from the Adelaide Hills. So that was when that winery came across my radar. I've been submitted these samples, no doubt, because it is sort of Spring Racing Carnival, heading towards the end of the year. Let's have a look at the Loftia. It is 70% Chardonnay, 30% Pinot Noir. It is a method traditionnel, 2 years on lees. That's a decent amount of time. Recommended retail is $45. I've just seen on the label here. Lovely autolysis character. Autolysis is a character that's derived from the lees contact, which is basically when the secondary fermentation occurs in the bottle, you end up with some sediment in there. That yeasty note that gives character is autolysis. Autolysis generally is a kind of a bready, biscuity, yeasty sort of character. So there's some nice autolysis in there, but the Chardonnay is quite focused, quite citrusy, quite saline, and the Pinot is just giving it a very small kind of white berry note. Let's taste. Wow, that is really solid. Very complete, really fills the palate. Again, that autolysis note, that biscuity, bready character. It's not a sweetness. It's more of a savoury kind of like a Ritz cracker. Like, you know, it's a savoury dry biscuit with a little bit of saltiness. Quite dry. It's very Moorish. I really like this. It's a very, very serious sparkling wine. That is, look, to be honest, that's going to give some really solid method traditionnel sparkling wines a run for its money at $45. Good start. Let's try the other one. It is the Altair Brut Rosé. This is a non-vintage. Non-vintage usually is a product of a reasonable component of the current vintage blended with some back vintages, some reserve wines. Typically, unless it is 85% or more from that vintage, you'll declare it as non-vintage. Non-vintage usually is designed to be sort of the house style, and so I'm interested to see what this rosé has to offer. It is doesn't say that the actual percentages, but it is a Pinot Noir Chardonnay blend. Recommended retail is $32. There are a number of different ways you can make sparkling rosé, but it is a Brut, so it's going to likely to be dry. Let's have a look at it. Nice pale colour. It's not really dark, but it does have that pinkiness. It's not kind of in that kind of bronzy salmon. It's a very, very delicate pink. I like the colour actually. It's quite pretty. Relatively exuberant, nice generous berry notes. Some strawberry, some small red cherries in there. A little bit less autolysis note. I'd say there's probably a little bit less time on lees with this wine. It's got a very delicate savoury note, but look, this is quite pretty. There's some lovely floral notes in here as well. Let's taste. Yeah, very yummy. There's a little bit of savoury note, a little bit of herbal character, which I like. But it's very fresh, quite bright, nice fruit notes that aren't kind of too ripe, too broad. It's quite focused. No, it's a very elegant, very pretty, but still very drinkable rosé. Again, $32. Very good buy. Thank you very much, Deviation Road, for sending me these wines. They are going to be very much enjoyed this evening with the family. I've enjoyed looking at some sparkling wines over the Spring Racing Carnival. Hopefully you'll go out and buy some of these wines in the lead up, particularly to Christmas and New Year. I've been James Scaresbrook, otherwise known as the Intrepid Wino. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave me a like and a comment if you'd like to recommend some wines you'd like me to try. As always, thank you very much for sending me the samples. I'm very happy to receive them. Until next time, cheers.